Past paper questions then. Let's start with this one. A code editor is an essential software engineering tool of an IDE. It provides features designed to assist with the writing and editing of code. Describe 2 features of a code editor designed to assist with the writing and editing of code. Well, there's going to be 2 marks here, 1 for the feature and 1 for the description, which makes sense, 4 marks. So first one could be auto-completion or code completion. And the auto-completion functions essentially suggest or complete the functions being typed, including the variables and the arguments. If you think back to the video we looked at in the summary section, that was very, very useful. Bracket matching might be a good one. When coding in a language that uses blocks of code contained within brackets, it will help us detect missing brackets or match up logical sections. Syntax checks recognizes and highlights the errors in syntax as we type, making it quicker for us to identify problems. We don't have to wait until we click run and it shouts at us in the code errors. Another option, of course, could be formatting, color coding of variables, syntax highlighting, that sort of thing. I'm not going to cover parts B and C as I work through this question because they are from a different subunit. Question 11 then, a software development company specializes in developing computerized automatic car braking systems. That seems like high pressure to me, but let's give it a go. Part A is from a previous subunit, so we're going to skip that. We'll look at part B, explain why version control is important. All right, well, version control is important because if programmer A modifies the current version and programmer B modifies an earlier version, neither new version will contain both modifications. With version control, we could merge both those modifications into a single file that contains all the new stuff. That's important why we check in and check out our work, and why that video I showed you shows the differences between the files. 12. A debugging tool of an IDE enables stepping, breakpoints, and variable watching. Describe them. Okay, 6 marks. So, stepping, what is it? It's the execution of code 1 line at a time. Why is it good? It allows the programmer to examine each line of code in isolation to check that it's behaving as intended, which is really, really powerful. If you spent the last 2 years putting print statements in your code just to see what's happening, you will kick yourself as to why you've never used stepping. Breakpoints are a special marker that pauses the execution of code at a specific point. And why is that good? Well, while it's paused, we can inspect the environment. We can look at the variables, the registers, the memory, the files that are being created, and we can check the programming is functioning correctly. So if we've got a suspicion that some part of it's not working, we can put those breakpoints in, pause the execution of the code, and see what's happening. Variable watch then is used to view the values in global and local variables as the code is executed. And in the original video in the summary, that was the bit on the right. And the point of that is we continually see what's happening to the variables as the code is stepped through. And because of that, we can make sure the program is doing exactly what we expect it to.